It's time for
Tech Tips with Sarah.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Sarah's Tech Tips. I love how I can update data quickly in Excel. Is there a way to easily mass update this data in Microsoft CRM?
That's a great question, Brooke. When we are working within Dynamics 365 sales or customer service or field service, or we're working within our model app and our Power Platform or Power App, there's a need to sometimes do a bulk update of data. There are quite a few options that are available. One being that you can export your information to Excel, update that there, and bring it right back into the system. The other option is you can select multiple records and then do a bulk edit as well if that option's available to you. But sometimes you just want to be able to have that same functionality that you have in Excel to just maybe update one column. Well, in my example here, I've got my reward tier, and I want to start associating people with the reward tier that they belong with. So I can actually go to a record and open that up and select the appropriate reward tier for that person, hit save and close, and go to the next record. Well, that's pretty tedious. Well, one of the great features of working with the Power Platform or Microsoft Dynamics products is the integration with Office products like Excel. So I want to take this list and I want to make sure I update all these other reward tiers. If your administrator is giving you this permission, you'll see the option when you're looking at your list to click Export to Excel. And if you expand Export to Excel, you'll see an option to open this in Excel Online. Now, when you do this, it's going to open up your list of records that you have here in Excel Online. And you'll notice that it's got my reward tier of silver that I selected for Aaron. Now, the great thing about this is that reward tier is a choice, or we previously called it an option set. I can actually click on the drop down here in Excel and see valid options to choose from. So maybe for my next group of people, I want to give them the gold reward tier. Now, the feature that we all love in Excel and we use quite a bit is that fill series. I can go to the lower right corner of this cell and I can just fill in the rest of these with that tier. And I can go down and I can maybe select a different one, platinum, and maybe I'll do that for the next few records. And maybe the rest of the people will choose diamond. And you can use the same functionality just like you would in Excel. I love this. I can left double click and it just fills it down for the rest of everybody. So everyone's getting diamond today, except for my first few people here. But once I set that option, you'll notice that I have the capability to return, but more importantly, I can actually save. So when I hit save, this is going to update my data in Excel. Now, it's not just going to update it, but it's doing what we call an upsert. So it's going to take this data and submit it for import. So it's basically taken out a lot of the steps I would have to do is create my advanced find, or take my view, export it to Excel, open it up, change my data, save it, go and import it again. This is doing that process for me automatically by using Excel Online. Now I'm going to click Track My Progress. And here we're going to see it's got my Excel Online that I'm bringing in here. It's parsing that information. I can hit refresh. And eventually what will happen is the records that I had will actually update within the system. And I can easily do that with my contacts. So this is a process that runs asynchronously, which means it's running in the background. So you'll see it's going to be parsing for a little bit. Eventually, it's going to get to a point where it will update those records. And then when I go back to my contacts, it will refresh that information. The great thing about it being asynchronous is that you're not slowing down the system. Everybody else can operate. You can continue working in the system until that import has finished. And then you can come back and look at your data when that's done. You can continue working. It's not going to interrupt your process. And it's a safe and supported way to update your data, provided you have those permissions within the system.
Thank you, Sarah. This is going to save me a considerable amount of time. I really appreciate this.
You bet.
We hope you found this video helpful. If you've got a question for Sarah, please contact her at connect@sarahdelnick.com.